Happy Thursday, everyone. Well, at the time of filming, today is actually Monday, so happy Monday. I just came back yesterday from a local market that I attended from 12 to 5 in Springfield, New Jersey. It was it was an experience. I I did not really I struggled to um, I guess make back my table fee, so that was a little disappointing, but I still, am grateful that I attended because I was able to practice on an 8-foot table, which I've never done before, but I will be doing it again for the pop-up shop that I'm going to be at the end of the month on the 27th. It's also an 8-foot table. So yeah, it was just practice, and I'm grateful for the networking opportunity that I got to receive yesterday, talking with some local people who, do other markets as well. So, but yeah, that was fun. I don't really have too much to say, except that the demographic of yesterday were mostly like old retired people who were not really interested in what I had to offer, but more so like the oils and skincare brands. There was a Mary Kay table in front of me as well, so that was a little weird amongst all the other like handmade stuff. There was also like a weird like garage sale bargains kind of table, which I don't know. I don't know what that was, what was going on there, but everybody else was like, homemade, handmade stuff. So it was interesting. I'm hoping that my next event at the end of the month will be better. So we have yet to see. But anyway, I wanted to talk about what SKUs are. Kai Castle on YouTube, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, Kai or K, I think it's Kai Castle, had suggested that I talk about SKUs a little while ago, and I thought that was a really good idea. I feel like they're not really talked about much amongst the people that I follow, like other artists and stuff like that. So I thought I would make a quick video today and talk about what SKUs are, how you can use them in your business, or just to like simply organize your stuff if you have a lot of things. It doesn't have to be a business, it could just be like a hobby, of course, and how I use them, how I format my SKUs. Now, before I go into talking about that, I want to say quick disclaimer that I am not like a professional or anything. I had to look this up myself. I had to do some research looking on Reddit and through YouTube as to how other people do it. So what some people will say will vary. It'll be different according to what others do. So just do your due diligence and do more research. Watch more videos if you want to have a better explanation, or I guess have a better idea of how you're going to structure your SKUs. So what are SKUs? To my understanding, SKUs, they're different from UPC codes. UPC codes, you actually have to buy them or purchase them. I'm not sure exactly how that works because I've never done that and I don't need to. I think that would be something if you owned like an Amazon shop or business. I'm not entirely sure, but anyway, I don't have to buy UPC codes. SKUs are basically a string of characters like letters or numbers. So a letter combination or number combination or a mix of both. And that's just kind of like a unique identifier that separates one product from another. This could be really useful if you start to have a lot of products in your catalog, in your shop, in your business, and you start having a couple variations. These SKUs are helpful in identifying one from another and thus helping to prevent mistakes from happening, especially if you receive orders from people. One example of this would be like if you sell apparel and you have a blue shirt with light blue polka dots on it, for example, and you have another product that is a blue shirt with like teal polka dots on it. They're like the same size, but just slightly different color polka dots on it. Um, it could be a little confusing if you have like products that are close or similar like that, and you're not really looking too closely at what someone ordered. You could easily pick something up, pick up the teal polka dot one instead of the light blue one without the SKU. But the SKU, it's a unique identifier, just like a code that you make up in order to separate one product from another. So, like I said, if you have a lot of products, this could be really helpful in just categorizing and organizing them. Just being, you know, neat and tidy with like your inventory tracking. That could be really helpful with that. Instead of having a long description and then providing the quantity, you could have the SKU and the quantity and keep it simpler that way. It could also be really helpful, especially for businesses that are looking to like wholesale or like, I guess, work with other businesses outside. So if you're consigning, it could be helpful there. But most especially wholesale, I think you're generally expected to have some sort of like a catalog that you can show buyers what products they have available to choose from to buy. And having that SKU is important because a lot of buyers will like, they'll say, can I have this SKU, and this SKU, and how much of each? And it's just a lot easier to say or call them by the SKU as opposed to the description, especially if it's a really long description, like bunnies on a carrot cake sticker. That's like just, you know, really wordy, as opposed to like S001. So that's another reason why you might want to consider having SKUs, a SKU system for your products. So I did a lot of like reading and watching as to like how to properly come up with like a SKU identifier or something like that. And I feel like in my research, it pretty much came down to your preference. So some people have more of like a general line. So say, for example, I sell stickers and greeting cards and bookmarks. And if they're more like I'm drawing like a lot of different things and it's more general and they don't really have like a theme among them, it might be acceptable for me to just say like for stickers S and do like 001. That way I'm giving myself room to grow my sticker catalog into like the hundreds and not worry about like running out of like numbers or letters to use. Some people will do like if there is a theme with their stickers, like for example, fan art stickers, or they do food stickers and I don't know, landscape stickers or like travel destination stickers. They might do a combination of letters that go like S stickers, for stickers, S, F, D. So stickers, and then FD is food, 001, or STR, stickers, and then travel, 001, or 0001. That's up to you. I heard that SKUs are generally like 6 to 10, 6 to 9 characters long. But again, SKUs are really more for you to be able to organize things. So for me, like, I feel like it honestly doesn't matter how many characters you put on it as long as you are able to identify it yourself. And I'll show you guys like what mine looks like currently. But generally, when you do come up with a SKU, it's a good idea to stick to that like naming convention, or however like you uh however many characters and numbers that you put in your SKU system. And another thing as well, what's helpful with SKUs, or something to know about SKUs, I did hear that you know, say for example you stop selling one item or you discontinue a product, that SKU number that was used for that item gets discontinued as well. So you don't recycle that number. Say it was like a sticker 003 and you just don't want to sell it anymore. So you don't go back to S003, if that makes sense. You just keep going as high as you can go. I have seen SKUs that use dashes as well to help, I guess, like separate things visually so it's easier to identify. So say for example, greeting cards, Christmas greeting cards, what I did was GC, greeting cards, dash, I think I put it for CH, GC dash CH dash 001. So you can also do that. It doesn't have to be straight up, you know, like letters and numbers. So again, this is just how you want to name it and what's easiest for you to remember things by. Okay, so here is my current like SKU template list. So this has all of the products that I currently sell. And here I have the product name, the category, subcategory, and then I also did attributes as well, because initially I wanted to put those, like all of these topics into the SKU, but then I found that it was just getting too long and hard for me to remember. So I'm actually not doing attributes 1 and 2 into my SKU. So for example, I have an art print here. That's an animal themed art print. And also these things, I literally came up with the subcategories myself. You may choose to do things differently. That's really up to you and like how often you make certain products, because it might just not make sense for you to like, you know, give certain subcategories if you only make like 1 or 2 of that product and then never again. So yeah, let's just go with this first line. For example, I have an animal art print. I did want to put in the size before, but it was just really like crazy. So this is what my SKU looks like. Art print is AP, and then animal is AN 001. And then I just go down the line. My next animal art print, even though it's a different size, is 002. So at least I can reference this list and look at the other details if I wanted to. When I pack like my Etsy orders and stuff, I don't go by SKUs because I just don't have it organized where like I have them all in bins with the, you know, the right SKU labeled on it. But this is definitely helpful for me to create like a catalog, because I'm now like consigning with a store and I want to be able to create a catalog for future stores that I visit, that I want to work with. So this is why I'm categorizing it that way. Plus also when I take product pictures, I want to be able to tag them with the right SKU and then just do like A, B, C if I'm taking multiple pictures of like the same product, like this art print right here. So this one, I make these zipper pouches. I just decided to do zipper pouch. You can name it as like a canvas bag or canvas pouch. That again is up to you. That's totally subjective. But I decided on zipper pouch, and then the subcategory was canvas. So it's ZP-C-001. I tried to stick with the convention of having two letters for like each like topic. So like the category would have like two letters, subcategory would have two letters, but Canvas I just ended up doing C. So it's whatever. Um, this is how I'm organizing it. Enamel pin is EP, and then food is FD. And I didn't label these according to like chronological order as to like when I made them. So I kind of just exported all of the products that I had on Etsy, and it was just down this list like that. So I just went down the line and kind of, gave them the names. So there's actually there are some here, like for example, the enamel pins. I have seconds pins. And basically, if you don't know what seconds pins are, they're like flawed versions of the pin, because any pin maker would know that when you get a shipment of pins, when you make a batch of pins or get it made in China, you don't get 100% perfect. Those things are handmade, so obviously there is an expectation that they will have small flaws in each of them, but some are much more noticeable, and that's what seconds pins are. So, for example, I have an enamel pin that's a second. What I do is I just mark it with an S. So this is the regular pin, EP FD004. And my seconds pin is EPFDS004. You could choose to, what I've done for other SKUs, where I have like a sticker that's like with a special laminate. Like this, for example, I have a food sticker with a special finish, which is hollow. I use an asterisk to denote that this is like not just like a regular matte sticker, but this is like a sparkly or a hollow sticker. You could choose to use an asterisk or whatever symbol you prefer. But as for enamel pins that are flawed, I use S as the symbol to denote that. So S is seconds, and then any special finish I use the asterisk for. So yeah, my SKUs are generally 7 characters long, minus the dashes. But they're 8 with like the special finish or the seconds pins. Ultimately, like the categories and the subcategories that you choose are up to you. You could totally put in several attributes, but just know that it will make your SKUs much longer. And then I guess even when you're, making new products, it will probably be harder to remember the naming convention. So again, this is really all up to you and how you'd like to remember your products. So yeah, that was a video about SKUs and setting it up and what they are. I hope I was able to explain things clearly enough, but if you have any questions, obviously, as always, feel free to leave your questions in the comments, and maybe some people who know more than I do will be able to give their 2 cents as well. But if not, I'll try my best to answer them. But yeah, thank you so much, you guys, for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye!